There comes a moment in every person's life when something shifts inside them, when a quiet whisper becomes a roar, when what once felt impossible begins to pulse with possibility. You may not realize it yet, but you are standing in one of those moments right now. Your life is on the edge of change, and not by accident or coincidence. You are on the brink of stepping into a blessing so great, so transformative, and so undeniable that it will rewrite the legacy of your entire bloodline. God is about to make you the first millionaire in your family. And this is not a cliche nor a mere feel-good phrase. This is a declaration, a prophecy, and an invitation all wrapped into one. Before you doubt it, question it, or shrink away from it, pause and recognize something important. You would not even be hearing these words if they were not meant for you. Divine timing is not random. God does not plant visions in barren soil. If He allowed this idea to reach your ears and settle in your spirit, it is because He has already placed within you everything necessary to bring it to life. You are not being chosen because you are the most qualified. You are being chosen because your heart is open, your spirit is ready, and your journey has positioned you for something extraordinary. Becoming the first millionaire in your family is not just about financial increase. This is about generational transformation. It is about breaking cycles that have held your family bound. Cycles of lack, cycles of worry, cycles of scraping by, cycles of just enough. This blessing is bigger than bank accounts. It is about God trusting you with the responsibility of rewriting the story for everyone who comes after you. When God elevates you, He does not elevate you for yourself alone. He elevates you for your lineage, your descendants, your community, and the people who silently look to you for hope. And yes, it is hope that God is placing on you right now. Hope wrapped in opportunity, hope wrapped in purpose, hope wrapped in a destiny that none of your predecessors dared to imagine. You are becoming the blueprint, the example, the model of what is possible when faith meets preparation and preparation meets divine timing. But before the blessing arrives in your hand, it first arrives in your mindset. Wealth is not merely obtained. It is prepared for. A millionaire is formed long before they see the first million. So hear me clearly. God is working on your mind first. He is expanding your capacity. He is stretching the limits of what you believe is possible for you. He is removing the smallness that generations of struggle may have placed on your thinking. He is reshaping your identity so that when the blessing shows up, you are not intimidated by it, overwhelmed by it, or paralyzed by it. You are being shaped into a vessel that can hold abundance without collapsing under the weight. When God makes you the first millionaire in your family, He is not simply giving you money. He is giving you responsibility, influence, and the power to build something meaningful and lasting. But this transformation requires you to step into a new version of yourself. You must let go of the belief that wealth belongs to other people. You must release the generational narratives that told you success has limits, that prosperity is rare, that you should be grateful for small things and never dare to aspire for more. You must stop apologizing for wanting a better life. You must stop feeling guilty for dreaming bigger than those around you. The truth is that having a big dream is not arrogance. It is obedience. If God placed abundance in your spirit, it is because your calling requires abundance. To become the first millionaire in your family, you must accept that your journey will look different from those who came before you. You may be the first in your bloodline with this specific calling, which means you will also be the first to walk through certain struggles, certain challenges, and certain tests. Your family may not fully understand your drive. Your friends may not fully understand your vision. You may feel alone sometimes, but you are not. God walks a different kind of path with those He chooses for generational change. Do not mistake the challenges you face as signs of failure. They are signs of preparation. The obstacles in your life are not punishments. They are classrooms. Each hardship is sculpting you into someone who can handle the weight of blessings without breaking. Because when God gives you wealth, He also gives you responsibility. And responsibility requires strength. Strength requires endurance. Endurance requires pressure. And pressure produces greatness. Think back to everything you have survived. The disappointments, the rejections, the losses, the setbacks, none of it was wasted. Every moment sharpened you. Every season trained you. Every tear watered the seeds of your future. You are stronger than you realize, wiser than you recognize, and more prepared than you know. God has already taken you through the curriculum. Now He is preparing to reward you with the graduation. When you become the first millionaire in your family, it will not be by luck. It will be the result of everything you endured, everything you learned, and everything God cultivated within you. The world may call it overnight success, but you will know it was years in the making, years of trusting, years of believing, years of persevering even when the path was not clear. But let me make something very clear. Wealth will not show up at your doorstep while you do nothing. God blesses action. Miracles manifest through movement. If you want God to multiply, you must give Him something to multiply. Whether it is your skills, your ideas, your courage, or your opportunities, you must place something in His hands. You must be willing to step into the arena, to try, to fail, to try again, to invest in yourself, to learn new things, to let go of old habits too. Take risks guided by faith rather than fear. The first millionaire in a family is always the one who dares to do what others did not, the one who refuses to settle, the one who refuses to let comfort become a cage, the one who understands that every blessing requires a corresponding level of discipline, resilience, and vision. You must learn to think like someone who is preparing for abundance. That means taking responsibility for your finances, your mindset, your habits, and your environment. It means surrounding yourself with people who inspire progress, not those who encourage stagnation. It means investing in knowledge and skills and business ideas and opportunities that stretch your potential. It means being selective about how you spend your time, your energy, and your focus. It means understanding that wealth is not just about making money. It is about becoming someone who can manage, sustain, and grow it. God is not setting you up for a moment of success. He is setting you up for a life of it. He is elevating you so that you can elevate others. He is blessing you so that you can become a blessing. When you rise, you will take many with you. Your family, your future children, your community, even people you have not met yet. Your rise will open doors for others who never imagined those doors existed. There will come a day when someone in your family, perhaps a niece, a nephew, a child, will look at you and say, "Because you did it, I believe I can too." Do not underestimate how significant that is. Generational wealth is not only money. It is mindset. It is belief. It is possibility. Once one person breaks the barrier, the entire family begins to dream differently. You are that person. But with this calling comes a requirement. You must trust God's timing even when it does not match your expectations. You may feel behind right now. You may feel like others are farther ahead. You may feel like you should have achieved more by now, but hear me clearly. God is not late. He is intentional. The blessing He is preparing for you requires precision. He is aligning the right people, the right opportunities, the right doors, the right resources. Nothing is delayed. Everything is being positioned. When your moment comes, it will come suddenly. Doors that remain locked for years will open in an instant. Ideas you once struggled with will suddenly flow effortlessly. People who overlooked you will begin seeking you out. What once felt difficult will begin to feel natural. That is what divine acceleration looks like. God making up for lost time. But you must remain faithful in the waiting, disciplined in the preparation, and committed in the journey. Faith without discipline is wishful thinking. Discipline without faith is exhausting. But faith partnered with discipline becomes unstoppable when you combine belief with action, vision with effort, and prayer with persistence. Nothing in heaven or on earth can stop what God has ordained for you. And let me tell you something else. Do not be surprised when your circle changes. Elevation requires separation. Not everyone is meant to go where you are going. Some relationships are seasonal. Some connections were only meant for the chapter you're leaving behind. Do not cling to what God is trying to remove. Do not hold on to people who cannot support the version of you God is shaping. You cannot carry everyone into your millionaire season. Some will misunderstand you. Some will envy you. Some will doubt you. Let them. Your purpose is not to convince people. Your purpose is to fulfill what you were created to do. And when the wealth comes, and it will use it with intention, Use it to build stability, to create opportunities, to sow into others, to support dreams, to uplift your family in ways they never thought possible. Be generous, but also be wise. Wealth does not make you someone new. It amplifies who you already are. Become the kind of person that abundance can trust and understand. Nothing about your story disqualifies you. Not your past, not your age, not your mistakes, not your struggles, not your lack of resources, not your upbringing. God specializes in elevating people who seem unlikely. In fact, choosing you is the point. He wants your testimony to be undeniable. He wants people to look at your story and say, only God could have done that. You may have grown up in lack, but you will not die in lack. You may have been raised around struggle, but you are being sent into abundance. You may have seen your family break under pressure, but you will break through it. You may come from a line of survivors, but you will become a builder. You may come from a background of limitation, but you are walking into a future of overflow. So yes, God is about to make you the first millionaire in your family. Not someday, not in another lifetime, not for someone else, for you. He has already begun the process. He has already ordered the steps. He has already written the outcome. Now it is your turn to step into alignment with what He has spoken over your life. Your job is not to figure out every detail. Your job is to take the next step with faith, courage, and obedience. Hold your head high. Stand firm in expectation. Stay committed to the work. Surround yourself with growth. Stay in prayer. Honor the vision. Walk with confidence because heaven has already endorsed your future. You are not just being blessed. You are being positioned. You are not just being elevated. You are being established. You are not just becoming wealthy. You are becoming a vessel for generational change. Your story will become proof that when God decides to shift a family's destiny, He starts with the one who dares to believe you are that one. And your millionaire season is already on the way. Becoming the first millionaire in your family is not merely a personal milestone. It is a moment that carries far greater significance than you might initially perceive. When God calls you to this level of success, He is not calling you to accumulate wealth for selfish reasons or to indulge in luxury for your own pleasure alone. He is calling you to step into a role that carries responsibility, vision, and the power to transform the future of your entire family. You are being positioned as the pioneer, the one who breaks through the barriers that have held your lineage in cycles of scarcity, limitation, and unrealized potential. This is about creating a new blueprint, a roadmap for prosperity that your children, grandchildren, and even distant relatives can follow for generations to come. Think about it for a moment. For years, your family may have struggled financially. Perhaps you've witnessed relatives living paycheck to paycheck, working tirelessly, yet barely making ends meet. Perhaps there have been missed opportunities, failures, and hardships that seemed unavoidable generations before. You may have accepted these circumstances as the norm, and in doing so, a pattern was established. A narrative of lack that influenced mindset, decisions, and even dreams. But now God is calling you to disrupt that narrative. You are being called to rise above the limitations imposed by circumstance and to chart a new course of abundance that can redefine your family's legacy. Being the first millionaire in your family is not about wealth alone. It is about setting an example of possibility. Your success will serve as a living proof that financial freedom is attainable, that hard work, faith, and strategic action can yield extraordinary results. By achieving what no one else in your family has yet achieved, you are demonstrating that limitations can be overcome, and that the cycles of lack that previously defined your family are not permanent. Your breakthrough becomes a guiding light for others when your siblings, cousins, and children see what is possible through dedication, discipline, and divine alignment. They are more likely to believe in themselves. Pursue their dreams with confidence and embrace opportunities they may have previously thought were out of reach. Your achievement is not solely about providing material wealth. True generational breakthrough involves instilling principles, habits, and mindsets that can sustain prosperity. It involves teaching financial literacy, strategic thinking, and the value of leveraging resources wisely. It is about modeling the behaviors that lead to long-term success. showing future generations that wealth is not just about accumulation, but about stewardship, growth, and responsible management. By doing so, you are equipping your family with tools that extend beyond your lifetime, ensuring that the success you create does not end with you, but becomes a foundation for lasting prosperity. This is why being chosen for generational breakthrough is both a blessing and a responsibility. It requires vision and courage because forging a new path often means confronting resistance, sometimes from within yourself and sometimes from those around you. Your journey will not be without challenges, but the breakthrough you experience is the fulfillment of years of preparation, resilience, and faith. You are being called not just to receive a blessing, but to embody it, to become a vessel through which God's promise of abundance flows, not only for you, but for the generations that follow, to be chosen for generational breakthroughs, to recognize that your life is bigger than yourself. It is a calling to shift the trajectory of your family's story, to break free from patterns that have long held them back, and to create a new legacy rooted in abundance, wisdom, and faith. Every step you take, every decision you make, and every opportunity you seize contributes to a transformation that will echo for generations. You are not simply becoming wealthy. You are becoming the architect of your family's future, the first spark in a chain reaction of prosperity and possibility that will redefine what is possible for everyone who comes after you. God's blessings often arrive in ways that challenge our patience, understanding, and readiness. The promise of prosperity is not simply handed over. It is carefully prepared for, and that preparation begins within you. Before you can handle abundance, before you can responsibly steward wealth, and before you can create a lasting legacy, God must shape the inner version of you, the version that is capable of receiving, maintaining, and multiplying the blessings He intends to pour into your life. This is why preparation comes before prosperity. The millionaire you will become is not formed by money alone, but by the disciplined mindset and character cultivated long before the first significant deposit appears in your bank account. Think of it this way. A seed cannot produce fruit immediately after it is planted. It must first be nurtured, watered, and protected. Its roots must grow deep into the soil to withstand storms, droughts, and the pressures of its environment. Only after this foundational growth can it bear fruit consistently and abundantly. Similarly, God is nurturing you now. The skills, wisdom, habits, and resilience He is developing in you are the roots that will anchor your future prosperity. These internal preparations are not optional. They are essential. Without them, the wealth, opportunities, or influence you receive could overwhelm you, distort your priorities, or slip away before it can take root. Your mindset is one of the first areas under transformation. God is expanding your thinking, challenging limiting beliefs, and reshaping how you perceive possibilities. He is teaching you to think bigger than your circumstances, to embrace opportunities where others see risk, and to act boldly when fear tempts you to remain stagnant. The millionaire version of you sees obstacles not as barriers, but as lessons, as stepping stones toward growth. You are learning to approach challenges strategically, to anticipate setbacks, and to persist with unwavering focus. This mindset is the fertile soil in which prosperity will grow. Without it, money alone can create confusion, mismanagement, and even disappointment. Discipline is equally critical. Wealth is a tool, but it is a tool that requires intentionality. God is cultivating discipline in your daily habits, your work ethic, and your ability to manage resources wisely. He is teaching you to delay instant gratification, to prioritize long-term gains over short-term pleasure, and to consistently do what others neglect to do. Discipline is what allows potential to be transformed into performance. Without discipline, opportunities may come and go, but you will not have the stamina, focus, or control to maximize them. God is preparing you to operate in a way that makes your prosperity sustainable and impactful. Character is the final cornerstone of preparation. True prosperity is inseparable from integrity, humility, and responsibility. God is refining your character, shaping your values, and instilling in you a sense of accountability that ensures your success benefits not just you, but also those around you. Character determines how you treat people, how you make decisions, and how you manage power. A strong character ensures that when wealth comes, it does not corrupt your vision, but amplifies your purpose. God is teaching you to be trustworthy, generous, and wise so that the millionaire you become is not only capable of handling abundance, but is also capable of using it to create lasting impact. In essence, preparation is the invisible work that precedes visible success. The millionaire version of you is being formed in silence, away from recognition, and often away from comfort. The investments God is making in your mind, discipline, and character are far more valuable than any material gain because they will determine how well you can receive and grow the prosperity He is preparing to release your current. Challenges, lessons, and even discomforts are all part of this divine training ground. So understand that prosperity is not just about what you will gain. It is about who you are becoming in the process. The millionaire you will be is already being built from the inside out, long before the outside world notices your breakthrough. Embrace this season of preparation. Trust in the process and allow God to shape you fully, because the blessings He has promised will only thrive in the heart, mind, and character of someone truly ready to receive them. Your journey toward becoming the first millionaire in your family is not a passive one. While God has promised blessings and is preparing you internally for prosperity, those blessings will not simply fall into your lap without your involvement. Divine favor does not replace action. It amplifies it. Faith without corresponding action remains incomplete, and action without faith can become misguided or exhausting. True transformation, the kind that breaks generational cycles and establishes lasting wealth, requires a seamless partnership between trust in God and diligent strategic effort. You must walk boldly into the arena of life, confident that every step you take in alignment with His will brings you closer to your destiny. Divine blessings flow through movement. God multiplies what you put in His hands, but He expects you to bring something to Him first. Your skills, ideas, efforts, and even your courage are the seeds that, when surrendered to His guidance, will bear fruit beyond your imagination. If you have a talent, refine it. If you have a vision, pursue it relentlessly. If you face fear, confront it with boldness. The act of stepping forward despite uncertainty signals to God that you are ready to handle the multiplication He has promised. Blessings rarely arrive in stagnation. They are triggered by those willing to take initiative and embrace responsibility. Think about the parable of the talents. The servants who were entrusted with resources were expected to act. Those who invested their talents wisely were rewarded with more, while the one who buried his talent out of fear received nothing. The principle is timeless. Faith without action is unproductive. God's blessings are designed to honor movement, effort, and creativity. He multiplies what you actively engage, not what you passively hope for. Your ideas, no matter how small or unpolished, are valuable in His hands. When you take steps to develop and implement them, God can expand their impact exponentially. Courage is another essential ingredient in this process. Pursuing a vision that no one in your family has yet achieved will naturally encounter resistance, doubt, and even criticism. Stepping into uncharted territory requires bravery, the courage to take risks, to face failure, and to persist despite setbacks. Every act of courage strengthens your capacity to handle the abundance God is preparing for you. Courage signals faith in action. It demonstrates that you trust God's timing and provision enough to move forward even when the path is uncertain. Effort, consistency, and perseverance are equally vital. The millionaire you are becoming is not created in a single moment of luck or sudden windfall. It is built through daily decisions, repeated actions, and an unwavering commitment to your goals. God multiplies sustained effort. Every hour spent learning, every connection you nurture, every challenge you overcome becomes part of the foundation on which your future wealth and influence are constructed. Faith without effort leaves potential untapped, and effort without faith can lead to frustration. Together they create unstoppable momentum. Understand that your journey is as much about the process as it is about the outcome. Action guided by faith molds your character, sharpens your mind, and strengthens your resolve. Each step you take prepares you not only to receive wealth, but also to manage it wisely, to lead responsibly, and to create impact for generations to come. God's promise of abundance is not just a reward. It is an opportunity to grow into the person capable of sustaining it and using it to bless others. Your journey requires faith and action because the blessings God has prepared for you are designed to be co-created. Trust in His guidance. Take deliberate steps toward your goals. Invest your skills and ideas. Confront fear with courage and commit to persistent effort. When faith and action work together, divine multiplication takes place. The path may not always be easy, but it is precisely this journey that transforms you into the first millionaire in your family. The person who not only achieves wealth, but also becomes a living testament to the power of faith-driven action. Not everyone is meant to accompany you into your season of breakthrough. When God is preparing you to become the first millionaire in your family, part of the journey involves recognizing that elevation often requires separation. This is not a call to abandon love, loyalty, or compassion, but a recognition that certain relationships, habits, and environments can no longer serve your vision. To rise to a level of prosperity that surpasses the norm, you must be willing to step away from anything that limits your growth, dims your potential, or distracts you from your destiny. Separation in this sense is not a punishment. It is a strategic act of alignment with God's plan for your life. Think of a seed that grows in a crowded garden. If it is surrounded by weeds or overshadowed by larger plants, it struggles to access sunlight, nutrients, and space to flourish. Similarly, certain people, patterns, or situations in life can inadvertently stifle your progress. Friends or family members who consistently doubt your vision, environments that encourage mediocrity, or habits that drain your energy are like weeds. They need to be cleared so your potential can thrive. God is calling you to recognize the elements in your life that are not aligned with your purpose and to make courageous choices to create space for growth. Elevation requires you to prioritize your destiny over comfort, familiarity, or approval from others. Separation also applies to habits and mindsets. Some routines that once served you may now hinder your progress. Habits of procrastination, negative thinking, or complacency must be replaced with practices that nurture discipline, focus, and productivity. Elevation demands refinement of character, vision, and action. It requires the discipline to say no to short-term pleasures or distractions that conflict with your long-term goals. God's plan for your millionaire season involves building an internal environment of excellence, mental, emotional, and spiritual, that is free from toxic influences or limiting behaviors. Relationships can be the most challenging area of separation because love and loyalty often create bonds that are difficult to sever. Yet, not every relationship is intended to travel with you into your breakthrough. Some people may unknowingly pull you back into familiar cycles of fear, doubt, or scarcity. Others may simply not share the vision or ambition required to thrive alongside your growth. God is teaching you discernment to recognize which connections uplift and inspire you and which ones, though dear, must take a step back. Separation is not about judgment. It is about creating an ecosystem in your life where your potential can flourish without unnecessary friction. Elevation also requires physical and environmental separation. Your surroundings, where you live, the places you frequent, the people you interact with daily play a significant role in shaping your mindset and outcomes. To step into a millionaire season, you may need to move into environments that foster innovation, opportunity, and growth. This might mean pursuing new spaces, communities, or professional networks where excellence is. The standard ambition is the culture. God often calls us to shift physically and mentally into spaces that align with our future. Separation is a divine strategy for your elevation. It is not about loss, but about positioning. God is removing what cannot ascend with you so that what remains can grow exponentially. Your willingness to embrace this process is a reflection of your faith and your commitment to your destiny. By letting go of the limiting, distracting, or negative forces in your life, you are creating the conditions for your millionaire season to unfold fully. Elevation requires separation because not everyone, not every habit, and not every environment is designed to travel with you into your breakthrough. When you embrace this truth, make the necessary adjustments, and remain focused on your vision, God's plan can unfold without obstruction. Separation is not rejection. It is preparation, a purposeful act of faith that aligns you with the people, habits, and circumstances that will support your ultimate prosperity and allow you to become the first millionaire in your family. The ultimate purpose of the wealth God is preparing for you extends far beyond personal comfort or luxury. Becoming the first millionaire in your family is not merely about financial gain. It is about stewardship, impact, and transformation. God is not blessing you for yourself alone. He is preparing you till you become a conduit of opportunity, stability, and inspiration for your family, your community, and even generations yet unborn. Your wealth carries a responsibility, a sacred assignment to multiply good beyond your own life and to elevate those around you. True prosperity is never solitary. It is relational and generational, meant to create a ripple effect that touches countless lives. When you achieve financial breakthrough, you gain more than material resources. You gain influence, credibility, and the ability to shape the trajectory of others. Your success can provide education for children, mentorship for young entrepreneurs, health care and security for family members, and hope for those who previously saw no way forward. Every dollar, every investment, and every opportunity that you steward wisely has the potential to rewrite your family's story. Generations that once struggled with scarcity can now inherit a legacy of abundance, empowerment, and vision. By breaking the cycle of financial limitation, you are creating a new pattern of expectation for your lineage. A pattern that says, we are capable, we are abundant, we are prosperous. Beyond your family, your wealth can have a profound impact on your community. You may employ people, fund projects, support causes, or initiate programs that provide resources, skills, and opportunities to those in need. Your financial success positions you as a beacon of inspiration, showing others that dreams are attainable when combined with faith, perseverance, and strategic action. People will watch your journey, learn from your decisions, and be encouraged to pursue their own goals with renewed courage and belief. Your breakthrough in this sense becomes a teaching tool demonstrating that God's blessings are real and accessible when one is willing to align with His principles and act faithfully. Stewardship is a crucial aspect of this blessing. Wealth without wisdom can be fleeting, but wealth with vision and discipline can create enduring impact. God is calling you to develop not only the ability to earn, but also the discernment to allocate your resources with purpose. This includes investing in your own growth, the growth of your family, and the growth of your community. It also involves cultivating a mindset of generosity, recognizing that the true measure of wealth is not in what you keep, but in what you give, share, and multiply in the lives of others. When used wisely, your wealth becomes a tool for transformation, a means of creating opportunities that were previously unimaginable for those around you. Additionally, your journey can inspire a cultural shift within your family and community. Where there was once a mindset of limitation, doubt, or dependency, your success introduces hope, confidence, and ambition. By showing that prosperity is attainable, you empower others to pursue their dreams boldly, to think bigger, and to step into their own God-given potential. Your wealth, therefore, becomes a seed for change, both tangible and intangible, cultivating belief, resilience, and possibility for those who witness your story. Your wealth is a reflection of God's favor, but His true purpose is relational and generational. You are being positioned not only as a beneficiary of divine blessing, but as a steward, a mentor, and a source of inspiration. Your prosperity is designed to elevate others, to create opportunity where there was none, and to ensure that your family and community thrive long after your initial breakthrough. When you embrace this perspective, you understand that becoming the first millionaire in your family is not just about personal achievement. It is about leaving a legacy of abundance, empowerment, and transformation that will echo through generations. Your wealth is not just yours. It is a vehicle through which God's blessing flows, touching lives, changing destinies, and establishing a culture of prosperity. By using it wisely, you will ensure that your success becomes a foundation for others to rise, ultimately shifting the trajectory of your entire lineage.